Looking at the item build on him, going for stats build, something that we see from Entity. They, like, their position 5 player, he loves to get some stat. Like, this is the build that he kind of invented, I would say. Talking about Fishman, of course.
Yeah. And who did we... It was Baboka yesterday, right? With like 9 tangos. Just solo here with branches and tangos. Tons of stuff to keep himself in the lane going. Stick around for as long as he can. Some early vision coming down. And nothing out of the ordinary in the mid lane. There is a high ground ward from Solo up towards top. But this interesting lane ward I've seen a couple of times now down at bottom. What does this do for you?
Which one? This one?
Down the Dire ward down bot?
Oh, Dire one bot. Okay, so it provides you vision if they're like... If they de-ward... No. If they de-ward the small camp, also playing on the side lane is something that Doom and Rubik wants to punish you. Like, they also see when Clockwork is approaching. So it's a really good deep ward, but I'm looking at the CS. Doom has one last hit. He ate the Wolf, and look at Devour. So he already got that extra 50 gold. On top of the net worth.
Straight up to the top of the board. 820, 860 net worth. There we go. Pops up with that bonus gold. And Miera going to head back down to bottom. Paired up with the Antares Rubik. Let's see what they can get done. So yeah, Radiant also warded up their jungle and Observer, making sure that Doom doesn't have easy access to those early medium camp creeps. Seeing how much of a nuisance he can be. He's picking up harpies and stuff like that. And Tomato on this SF, starting out with, lots of stats, wand and branches, and already the pressure from Whitemon. Clockwork doing his job, getting in the faces of his opponents with that early battery assault, allowing the raises to arrive from Tomato. And quite a lot of damage here. Miero, do we have more raises? There's a long-range one. Miero, a hit from death, and there's the first blood. Tomato gets it, all thanks to Whitemon's initiation. Level 1 initiation.
Doom had 5 magic wand charges, did not want to pop it, so he dies in the end. I think it was 4, and then the last raise came in, but yeah, could have survived there. Also, this is the thing about getting Devour level 1. In a lot of situations, we don't see Doom. Don't even get it until level 4. This is kind of a new hybrid build where you get Scorched Earth, you get Point and Infernal Blade, and then you start to play aggressive as soon as Rubik hits level 2. On level 3 with 2 points in Scorched Earth, there's just way too much damage that people can't really sustain through it. But yeah, nice job from Tomato, getting that first blood. And he's going to be off to a great start. This is exactly what Shadow Fiend needs.
Yeah, I mean, Whitemon yet again. After Assault, he's level 2, so he has the cogs to trap the Doom. Not a comfortable time early days here for XHR. But they do have the wave under their tower now. And of course, having already blocked that small camp means Whitemon can't start dragging the creep waves around. Large camp also blocked up by the sentry ward there. So no creep manipulation whatsoever. As we do take a peek into some of these other lanes. Broil on this Kunkka. You said it's a good matchup against the Invoker. And the last hit chart is absolutely showing that. 10-3 against the 7-4.
But still decent CS on Kiyotaka, having 4 denies. Bryle going for more like region-oriented build. I've seen different builds on Kunkka. Most of the time it's double bracer, but I'm sure he knows the matchup better than I do. Wants to put a bit more pressure, has this water rune, but also kind of fits the Kunkka's lore. You want to have that water for Torrents and the water park later down the line.
Yeah, swim yourself out of Davy Jones's locker.
Oh, I got to rewatch those movies.
Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
I think we watch it like once every 2 years. We watch all, so there's like 6 of them. Like, there's a ridiculous amount of them. They get pretty bad after the 3rd, though. I'm gonna tell you now.
I know. I mean, I watched them multiple times, and I have the same feeling. Lord of the Rings, still same thing. Once per year, every year.
Is that a Christmas movie for you, Lord of the Rings? You get a little bit.
It was for a time, but I kind of watch Lord of the Rings whenever, and then watch Harry Potter mostly during Christmas time. But enough about the movies. What's happening in this top lane? Kasane, he's CSing nicely, but so is Ramses, as expected. They can't really stop Ramses from farming. Very difficult to push out of the lane. You did praise Ari, his Pugna. I want to see how much he's going to be able to do in this game. Not an easy Pugna game by any means.
Yeah, I mean, in the laning stage, he's always a pest, though, having such high base move speed, doing a good job, not only on his own, but alongside the Wolves at harassing solo. So it's very difficult for Solo to get any pulls, to really manipulate this wave. So yeah, Ari's job so far has been to guard Kasane, get Lycan off to a running start, get the helm, and it looks like now Pugna are going to be stacking camps over in the triangle as he builds up some bank. Torrent lands mid from Bryle, chipping away at Kiyotaka. Early Forge Spirits going out from this Quas Exort Invoker. We've started to move away. Oh, Miero dead bottom to Timado. Another long-range raise there coming out of the SF. And this bottom lane not going too well for the Doom.
Excellent start for Shadowfiend. I mean, in terms of CS, he's in the middle of the pack, but he's getting those early kills, which really does matter for him.
But yeah, this Invoker, we've seen a pretty big shift in the past 6 months. So, he kind of went out of fashion, the Quaswex Invoker. The hero in general now starting to come back with the Exort, giving you these Forge Spirits in lane. You can guard runes a little better. And of course, if you're able to set up with Cookie, Telekinesis, you've got Sunstrike capabilities in the side lanes. And if you find those opportunities, big kills can come in for the Invoker. He's going to need them as well, judging how this lane is going. Even he's got 12 denies on Kiyotaka. This Wraith Band he's got, protecting him against the physical damage of Bryle, is working wonders.
Not a bad move. I mean, we still haven't seen Sunstrike being used to get a kill in terms of them setting things up. They don't really have those stuns. This is Telekinesis level 1, Cookie level 1. You can't really just go in. So, let's see. Maybe during the nighttime, Ramses, level 4 on his Night Stalker, has Phase Boots finished. Solo, making a move. Trying to make something happen, maybe on a mid lane, but this is not an easy kill to get. For now, he's going to be setting up the vision. And also wants to plant some probably deep vision to see when they're going to clear the stacks. So puts it inside the enemy triangle. And they do have big Ancient stack plus the big Camp stack. This is going to be for either Kunkka or Shadowfiend. Most likely Kunkka because he's the mid laner and Ari immediately dewards it.
Yeah, D-Ward, go for another stack. I always forget that Howl is global at nighttime. That's another one that catches me off guard. I was looking at the Invoker and seeing, 25% damage reduction, -4 armor. Nighttime Howl gonna amp up the Shadowfiend and the Kunkka. They'll go on Kiyotaka mid with the X-Boat. Raindrops are there, though, so a bit of protection as Whitemon and Ari, they swing into mid. Trio of heroes gathering up to look for Kiyotaka, but a Cold Snap under tower, and the Tidebringer doesn't finish it. Invoker's out of there, and Antares looking for the kill on Bryle. Sunstrike misses, sadly for them, but they've still got the damage from the Rubik.
Bryle hits them with the help. It was nicely done. Now Kasane, he's in trouble, looks very dead here. Ramses will get the last hit. So yeah, a bit too deep. Maybe they needed to have like a point in Decrypify while they're using the combo from Kunkka. But it also comes down to Kiyotaka. His item build had a point. Like, he had a Raindrop, had a Power Treads, not going greedy at all. It's not going to get Hand of Midas. And this Wraith Band that you mentioned, kind of making the difference. Having that extra armor, getting the extra armor from the Tier 1 tower, then Tier 2 tower, and extra region kicking in. Yeah,
I mean, you think back, oh god, when did we have Ring of Aquila in the game? Like 4 years ago? That was the
Something
build
like
on mid.
That.
Mid Exort Invoker was Wraithband Rush by the Bassi. You've got Ring of Aquila, so you've got mana regen, you've got armor. You tank yourself up a little better. This Wraithband and Raindrops, very similar idea alongside the Treads and the Magic Wand. Definitely interested to see what he goes next on Kiyotaka, if he does dip back into the Hand of Midas, or if he wants to go more stats-oriented. We'll see what he gets up to.
Really different builds from Invoker on a mid lane. We've seen, like, drums. We've seen Solar Crest the other day from Bryle as well. Spongo boots upgraded.
Yeah.
Bryle, he's the one who's just farmed that big camp. Got that extra gold in terms of net worth. Ooh, Tomato gets another one. Miero, straight up not having a good time as Doom. Lowest net worth core at the moment.
Yeah, not ideal for him. Still trying to get into his Vanguard as well. Not really protecting him up against that magic damage from the Shadow Fiend. And still wants the Hand of Midas later on down the line. As up at top, Ramses running circles around the Pugna, but Ari, very speedy, looking to slip away. Get him with a Scatter Blast, and Ramses safe over the top of the trees. Now, though, with a Shapeshift, Solo turned on, tries the TP, and this tanky Snapfire is out of there.
This is still going to be a tower, probably. Ramses needs to be careful. Dark Ascension is running out. You also see Bryle.
Look at Bryle.
He's looking. Level 1 X marks the spot. Will connect.
He's going to catch him with the X-Boat. And Kasane, still in shapeshift mode, comes in to secure the kill. And you're right, that's going to be a tier 1 tower for them. And this Helm of the Dominator, nice timing for Kasane. They did have a raindrop on the Night Stalker, but that's all gone now with the Sato shockwaves zapping them down. And how many hands of Midases are we going to have for this HR team? Night Stalker's going for one, Doom's going for one. I guess Invoker's looking at them and saying, all right, well, I guess I have to go drums then.
Someone has to skip it. Otherwise, you know, we're playing against the push lineup. Also, looking at the items that Kasane is going for, he wants to get, like, Vlad's, get Helm of the Dominator, and probably not upgrade it, because he's playing into Night Stalker, the counter that we talked about, with the Shard, and wants to get AC straight after. So, good thinking. I love that, because you don't mind too much if your Helm of the Dominator creeps dies compared to your Helm of the Overlord.
Oh, amassing their forces bottom now, HR. Solo, still level 4 on the Snapfire. Will need the Tome. Antares is about to crack 6, but you really want the Mortimer's Kisses as soon as possible on the Snap. Offers you the majority of your early teamfight damage. Otherwise, you're looking at like Fade Bolt and the Void from Night Stalker as ways to zap people down. Yeah, the huge magic damage out of that. Another ward stolen, just level 1.
Not a bad one. You want to get something else. Most are looking for Ghost Ship, Blast. I would say Requiem if you can steal it. Wolves are not bad. I think Wolves are also an okay steal. Mid lane.
Oh, the Cold Snap stops that X-Torrent combo. Now they lift the Clockwork under tower. Cogs are there to try and block them away, but the Sunstrike landing, not finishing him off. Another dive from Kasane. The Wolf is ready. He's hungry for Antares. Looking at the Rubik, and he'll kill him with the summons. Kiyotaka Solo, both hiding under tier 2. So another objective at TSM. This push coming into fruition real quick.
Whiteman actually stealing the kill with level 1 rocket. 80 damage minus magic resistance coming out from him. And now, with this move, Kasane will get another tower.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And now it looks like the move down to bottom on the cards. Miero did finish off the Vanguard, but it looks like Miero is saying, hey, we don't have time for Midas in this game. I have to go for Greaves as quickly as possible. Try and pad out these stats, get some auras going. Solo, what is he? Like, 100 XP away from 6? Someone please kill some creeps near me. I want the kisses. It's nearly 12 minutes in. And HR trying to set a trap bottom on this tier 1.
Radiant are scanning.
Midas off cooldown for Ramses. He's going to come across and take out one of the large camp creeps. Does pop the scan of the Radiant as it turns red on the minimap, and they'll scout with a rocket flare to see who's there.
A lot of commitment. Scan to use Hand of Midas. And now they're pinging top, but making a move bottom. Ori is going to be able to run away, it seems.
It's too fast.
Yeah, they needed Antares to be there, lift him. And they're going to do it.
Well, they'll go in on him. Raindrops only offer you so much protection. And the Sunstrike finally securing a kill there for Kiyotaka. So an objective coming the way of HR, but they've also got to react up to top. Whitemon's gone in, and they've caught out the Invoker inside the cogs, allowing the Torrent to land. And the hook shot from Whitemon. Kasane's in on them, but they've got a bit of heal. A mech completed by Miero, keeping Kiyotaka alive.
Your admiral is on board.
And TSM invading this top jungle, forcing HR to scramble across the map. And they do still get that bottom tower, thankfully for Hellraisers. But TSM applying a lot of pressure in this first 12-minute portion of the game.
Interesting build from Miero. I don't think I've seen this build before, especially in a game where he didn't really do much. He wants to recover, maxing out that Devour. Oh, Solo, he's low. Does have Cookie if needed.
And he's finally got the kisses at his disposal as well. I think they're probably wanting to smoke up. Antares is holding a couple of them because they've not really used Doom or kisses or anything to team fight properly. They're just being run at by TSM so far.
Ooh, Antares is holding a big spell. X marks the spot on Rubik, so someone gets X, you X him, and then X disappears. It's just the interaction.
Yeah, I mean, Kiyotaka trying to kill off the Clockwork, but TSM stuck around up here. The Wolf just shredding into him. Miero and Antares trying with the telekinesis to hold him back, but a cookie there. Solo getting Kiyotaka out of danger, and a stolen life drain, in fact, now. Keeping him topped up. But HR are always the ones reacting. They have to run, they have to hide. not able to face off against TSM in any of these straight-up, honest team fights.
Solo gets a D ward. They played way too aggressively around this ward 2 times, so he knew exactly something was up. In terms of tower, they did manage to kill 1 tower on ex-Hellraisers squad. Ramses is farming bottom. They need to delay this game as much as possible. Now, bottom, Ramses. Both, where's the connection? White one, hook shot available, but Solo, he's coming. Not gonna be there in time, it seems like.
Or is
Maybe he will.
He cookies him. Ramses, 200 HP, Rocket Flare doesn't finish him, and Ari from the right-hand side, if we can decrap and life drain, it's just a torrent from Bryle. Places it on the staircase, gets the takedown, and now Ari and Whitemon looking for Solo as he retreated. And just a bit of chip damage on the tower, while Kasani dies up top. Kiyotaka and Antares getting a kill on the Lycan.
It was a good move, good read from Solo, understanding that there's gonna be clockwork, so as soon as he got X marks, Solo TPs to tier 1 tower bottom and tries to help him out, but unfortunately Ari was also there, and now Ari will finish off the tower. Solo try to make a deny, but there's way too much damage. And now HR will get this kill on the top. They want to delay this game, get Miero to his item timings. Does have that Guardian Greaves in 100 gold. Kiyotaka also, again, going for cheap items. Every single item has like smaller components. Just finished off Witchblade, going into BKB next. We didn't talk too much about Tomato. He's the most farm hero in the game. Yeah, got those 3 kills in the laning stage. Went inside the triangle, farmed those Ancients. Level 11, Mask of Madness done. Has 2.4k gold finished on him. I see Crystallis, but this is risky. Like,
BKB?
Where's the BKB at?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe he's wondering here about the Doom and stuff like that. And Kiyotaka pops into Ghost form and they Doom the Kunkka, but he's just going to walk it off. Miero using it as a protective tool to save Kiyotaka. Doesn't feel too good though. That's 130 seconds without it now.
This is Roche. They just use Doom. They have enough sustain. They have enough damage. This is where you could change your item build on Shadow Fiend. You pick up Aegis, and then you don't need a BKB for 5 minutes. So you can get away with it.
By the Hurricane Pike to get away from the crippling fear, the kisses, maybe even that ice wall that Kiyotaka's been using. Miero just walks straight into the middle of them. The kisses giving cover over into the Roche pit, but Kasani in the wolf form protecting Ari. Chasing off to the left, and the X mark dragged back as a hook shot catches Miero on the right-hand side. Bryle with his DD rune and BKB chasing into them, but Kiyotaka deafening blast into Whitemon, kills off the clock. Now a little stuck though, and the damage is relentless from TSM as the SF and Pugna open up. The wolf still looking for someone he can munch on.
Bryle
and Solo might be the one he
X.
goes for. He does, yeah. Misses the torrent, but still has that X to hold Solo in place. The rest of the cavalry will arrive. The Nether Blast and the Life Drain doesn't take him down though.
While this was happening, Ramses keeps on farming. He doesn't feel too comfortable, like, completely committing to a fight. So waiting for his BKB timing before he can join. Bryle did a lot of work in the previous fight. Same goes for Tomato. Now finished off that Crystallis. Going into Hurricane Pike next so he can remove, like, push himself away from the Night Stalker. His silence. Also great against Doom in general. Great against Invoker combo. Just having a Force Staff on your core.
Yeah.
Bryle, he's looking. Numbers toy.
I mean, in that last fight, Bryle and Ari did more damage than the entirety of Hellraisers combined. And that was with some pretty decent kisses out of Solo into the Roche pit. Like 5,000 damage out of Pugna and the Kunkka. Rubik just going to TP out under the noses of TSM. And Whitemon missing his hookshot mid. Won't connect on Solo.
And then
so the Snapfire wobbles
use
away.
battery instantly. Rage battery. Kill the creep wave. It's like, I got to do something. Kiyotaka, now he's chasing. Tornado.
It's like, well, I'm here now. May as well stick around. Requiem Fear does clip onto the Snap and the Invoker. And Ramsey's going to walk back as he's still waiting for his Dark Ascension to come up. Miero thinking about an entry into that fight in the mid lane. I think TSM just too well positioned here. Still holding Aegis on the Shadow Fiend, of course. And they'll move up into that top jungle with a lot of scribbling on the map saying, hey, look, tier 2 top, outpost, lots of objectives for us to claim while still keeping ex-HR in behind their tier 2s.
Game pretty even in terms of net worth, but TSM should be the one controlling the game, especially with this Aegis. Torrent. Stolen from Antares. They're trying to deal some damage to Shadow Fiend, but at this moment, it's not enough. He has way too much sustain, lifesteal, especially when he is near Pugna, life drain, Vlad's aura from Lycan.
Yeah, so nice idea from XHR. The predicament they're in. They're cutting waves, killing couriers. Ramses going across to the enemy ancients. They're gathering a lot of farm, which otherwise they wouldn't have been able to get. And they know, you know, as you said, TSM kind of all in with this death ball, group up as 5, push into objectives. They've got 3 heroes top and 2 in the mid lane, just trying to gather their forces around that northern outpost. And this is where they can start to spread if they catch a glimpse of an enemy hero under any of their observer wards out there. Now look for that kill. As Bryle sets up bottom, Kiyotaka and Miero both feeling it coming. Absolutely not safe down there. Repurposing in towards mid, but Kiyotaka immediately meets Tomato's SF. Not where he wants to be.
Those right clicks, they really hurt. Howl, minus armor, Shadow Fiend. Right clicks from SF, right clicks from Kunkka. Kunkka just picked up the shard for himself. I love this build on Kunkka. Like, we've seen so many different builds, like Shadow Blade Rush, Armlet into BKB, just like straight up BKB. But going for this tidal wave, another repositioning tool in the game that you can like relatively easy execute, because they are kind of limited on stuns, so you can pull people towards Life Drain, towards Requiem as well. They cleared another tier 2 tower. There's still one standing bottom. So with this Aegis, TSM did make a lot of presence on the map. Hellraisers, they don't want to take fights. Like, it never feels like they want to get something done. Kind of a slow game. 13 kills in 20 minutes. Sometimes we get to 13 kills out of the laning stage.
Yeah. Still pretty even in terms of net worth, but absolutely, I think presence is the right word to use there. As TSM stamp their mark on the map. Now angling down towards bottom for that final outer tower. Miero TP's away before he gets scouted out. And XHR smoking his 3 from the mid lane. Kiyotaka not smoked with the rest of his team. And Ramsey's actually going to be showing under the top lane Radiant Observer Ward. We'll see what TSM do to try and combat this. Bryle is a little isolated right now. They're all coming across to meet him.
And we also talked about Night Stalker being counter to Lycan and his summons. So Lycan did not want to upgrade his helm, and after seeing that, Ramses, he also didn't buy shard. He's like, I don't want to waste gold for it. If you upgrade it, I'll buy it myself.
Well, yeah, you've got Helm of the Dominator and Vlad's. You're not going to upgrade it, huh?
I'll counter it with 1,400 gold. It should eat his Helm of the Overlord. Like, just eat the item.
The item? Oh, yeah. Yeah, why not? What was the... it was dash ID, wasn't it, back in Dota 1?
Ooh,
item drop mode?
That.
You don't remember that?
No.
When we were really bored, we would play ARDM ID. So you would have all random deathmatch, you know, new hero every time. And then every time you died, you would drop an item. Sometimes you drop a branch, sometimes you drop an armlet, sometimes you drop your BKB or a rapier or whatever.
It rings a bell now that you explain it. That was so long ago.
I mean, you remember the dash EM, right? That was the mode you used to play.
Yeah, I played the easy mode. Yeah, right.
Easy mode.
I wasn't
Weaker
good
towers.
enough. Just kidding. BKB done now on Invoker. BKB also done on Shadowfiend. So we have a couple of 9-second BKBs, 8-second BKB on Kunkka. Doom eventually will get his. And now with this BKB on Invoker, they want to smoke. They want to get something done. Ooh.
What was that? Oh, the hook shot. They're trying to catch up to them. It's a bit wonky as Miero has to pop the Greaves, looking to get away after he spent his blink. In comes Ari, though, with a life drain on Solo, forcing them away, and they've got the grab on the Doom they wanted. Ramses off to the hills he heads, scattering away. I'll try and get some high ground vision going, but they can't see the Night Stalker. Instead, with a rocket flare, they get vision over on Antares and Kiyotaka. But XHR have done a pretty decent job at scrambling out of this situation. Only losing the Doom there. Not a bad outcome for the way that fight started. Antares still
not
gonna
getting
get caught.
out of this one.
Now, he
Antares!
that was his torrent, right? He tried the torrent to stop the Centaur Stomp, but not enough.
Antares also the one with the Force Staff, so he's kind of griefing. He pushed his Doom closer, so maybe they were thinking, close the gap, get Doom closer with the Blink Dagger. Oh, Kiyotaka.
Yeah, he's
got a
going
solo.
Solo kill onto Whitemon with the Forge Spirits, and the BKB TP home successfully out of there. Get something out of nothing, but spending your BKB down to 8 seconds now. Just trying to slow down TSM as best you can.
Not a bad one. You get a kill, you delay the game a bit. Roshan can respawn in 10 seconds. I love that Ramses also bought casual Helm of Iron build. He didn't buy it in the laning stage. He bought it like 20 minutes into the game, holding Dragon Scale, wants to get as much armor as he can, understands that there's going to be AC coming on Lycan shortly, Howl, Shadowfiend, his aura, so needs to defend himself. It's all about that right click. When he goes in with the BKB, Shadowfiend will stand his ground and keep hitting him. He's massive. Tomato, 15,000 net worth on him at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a quiet game from him outside of the first 3 minutes where he killed the Doom off 3 times. Very, very casually farming himself up to this massive point. And only 20 seconds for Roshan, as Ramses has to BKB top to get out of the reach of Bryle. Even going for the TP home. Night Stalker back to Fountain. And they'll be able to scout Roche. 2 wolves in the pit. We'll see him pop back up. Sunstrike vision there as well. Both teams with a good idea of what's going on. But still, 25 minutes in, at no point have we seen a sign that HR can really match against this 5-man fight of TSM, and Kiyotaka has to BKB again. Dust is out onto him. Trying to TP home, knowing that hookshot is down. He does
that was
get
close.
Out of there.
If he used that like 0.05 seconds later, he could have gotten a stun because he TP'd really late as Invoker, got out of the reach of Shadowfiend, and now this Roche belongs to TSM. Every single time they X-mark someone, they're kind of forcing them to use a BKB, which is good for TSM, don't get me wrong. Let's see. Yeah, this Roshan dies so quickly.
Yeah, not a chance for HR to get that. And we've already got that Tomato talent up with the Presence Aura on buildings. And Shadowfiend holding Aegis. Another 5 minutes of freedom here for Tomato. So he can make his way through that top jungle, start prepping for maybe even a high ground push now. Would be ideal to get some pickoffs first. That's why they're heading down to the bottom outpost. Miero's Doom under vision. Gets scouted out by Whitemon and Bryle. Chuck the boat at him. And a nice tidal wave there to shove him across. The Sunstrike in onto Ari, though, and Ramses fighting back. Miero still alive, but not for long as Tomato arrives. In we come with the Shadowfiend, and Ramses still hunting for these support kills. He'll take 2 of them down, and we'll get away from there. Even the heavy-hitting crits, not able to take him down, but the micro there from the center on the Wolves. Now the X-Mark in as Brawl sets up, looking for Ramses. Was that stolen X-Mark from Rubik? The exact situation you were explaining puts the X on Ramses to stop the X of Bryle.
It's such a cute interaction. Like, I've seen it so many times. Rubik against Kunkka. It works out so well. Like, this is the spell that I think Antares needs to have so that they don't use this X-Mark to pop someone's BKB and then take a fight. Ramses, he's still alive. And I talked about his itemization, Helm of Iron Mill, that can be transitioned into Nullifier next. So these 4 staffs, the Cripify, it's going to work out nicely. It's so much minus armor, man, on TSM.
Yeah. Like, what is Howl? Like, -7 or something? I guess it's not. It's now level 4. He just cracked level 4 of the Howl. So, yeah, -7 armor. 40% attack damage reduction. And the Tidal Wave, Miero, moved in closer towards the Shadowfiend. Telekinesis there going to put Tomato in a better position to hit the tower. They Crimson, they Glyph. And they do delay TSM's push to high ground for a little bit.
Miro is so tanky. Guardian Greaves, Crimson Guardian Greaves build, we can call it. Plus also holding Dragon Scale, that extra 5 armor coming in handy. Also armor if you have Devour Creep ready. Gonna pop another Glyph.
And yeah, Miero doesn't have BKB. X Mark not gonna work out. Again, we've got this Antares X on the Rubik helping out. For this lane of barracks, not going to be living long. In the back, Ramses, a couple of courier snipes, and dodges the hook shot from Whitemon. Blinks back towards the creep wave and sprints away as quickly as he can. Still has a minute and a half of this nighttime to play with. But look at Bryle. Shadow bladed up. He was angling towards Ramses, won't find the opening, while Kiyotaka has actually shoved that lane all the way into tier 3 bot.
Didn't
But at some point,
tower damage, but he's getting the levels. They lost one set of barracks, only 2k gold lead for TSM. It means Hellraisers are getting something out of the map.
Radiant's bottom tower
they
is
are.
under attack.
It's just they're losing their base for it. And an X mark here onto Ramses. Not going to spend the BKB immediately. Bryle does, though, as Miero chucks the Doom at him. Kisses launched in, but not a good amount of damage as they stomp up the Doom. Chasing Miero, but Crimson Guard's up, and Kasane may be in trouble now. Inferno Blade's in on him. A chase up to the top left. Bryle moving away from this fight, and Tomato getting caught out by the Cookie of Solo.
has no
Ramses
BKB.
takes down Whitemon, and Shadow Fiend ages down. Bryle still battling, riptiding, boating, putting it over the Shadow Fiend, and Ramses now with a triple kill. Requiem finally comes from Tomato, the feared Doom off the top of the cliff, and they'll turn onto him and finally bring him down. But HR still fighting,
take a
standing
while.
tall, and they really struggled to bring him down. Finally getting the kill. Antares on 100 HP. Oh, the torrent gonna get dodged. Oh, they got the rocket flare from Whitemon. And now Kiyotaka. BKB's up. Turns on the Tomato. Ramses decrapped. The SF in trouble. They got the takedown. HR defending outside of their base. And Kiyotaka with a double kill. Holding on for dear hope here as XHR fighting back. Now Ari the one has lifted in. Dragged by the telekinesis. Finished off by Antares. And XHR in that little bit of nighttime making wonders happen.
Ooh, man, Ramses, he did so much work in the previous fight, getting in and out multiple times. Same goes for Invoker. Kiyotaka massive damage coming out from, oh man, look at those numbers. 7,000 damage coming out from him. Shiva's Guard, BKB, can run into a fight, and I love how Ramses is playing, like getting multiple in and out of the fights, holding BKB for a very long time. And now he hit that level 20. And looking at the talents from Night Stalker, it's all about the damage. You have Dark Ascension duration, which is damage, 35 damage, 20 strength, of course, some extra damage. Now finished Nullifier as well. So he's got to hit really hard. And those 4 staffs, those decrypified states that they have, it's not going to work out. Even Glimmer Cape as well.
Yeah, and 2 diebacks as well on TSM. Clock and Pugner. Both brought back. TP to the outpost. Died again. Not feeling too confident now as TSM, as they were looking for a second lane of barracks and just get shut down completely. Signs of life from XHR. And Kiyotaka back down towards bot. The pings there from Whitemon signaling that, yeah, they know they're all down in that bottom jungle. Oh, did they see that? Rocket Flare flew over right as they smoked. It looks like, yeah, they know. They pinged it. They get to high ground. They'll hold a staircase. Try and feel out where HR are coming from.
Dark Ascension is available, so 40 seconds of nighttime. You're fighting during daytime, so you need to be really quick how you take the fight. Ramses also maybe wants to even use it, considering that he has Arcane Rune available.
Yeah, always nice, but you see this DD rune spawning top. Bryle guarding it. Gives the bottle over to Tomato. Oh, or does he?
Radiant's bottom
Hook shot in from Whitemon. A catch on Ramses, but he's over the cogs and cookied away. Did spend the Dark Ascension. And I try
Not
to
with
scout
your
with a
Arcane Rune,
Sunstrike.
It just wore off. He's being
That's
pinged
unfortunate.
out. What is it? Antares holding. Power cogs for now.
Another
Solo.
X mark. A Solo protected by the tornado. Still has a cookie and a 4 staff across. And now in comes Ramses aiming for Whitemon. Kisses are good. Launched it onto Bryle with the telekinesis. They've actually controlled him. And look at that! Ramses just gobbles him up.
That's 600 damage on Night Stalker with Alacrity. This is the combo that we mentioned. It's pretty nuts what he can do with the attack speed. And again, Ramses keeping an eye on daytime. This time around, like, the fight is immediately over as soon as daytime is over. So they get 2 quick and easy kills. Potential Roche spawn in 1 minute. But yeah, this is a big one.
middle tower is
Invoker,
under attack.
level 20, 80% Chaos Meteor damage. And looking at his items plus the neutral item, this is Witchblade plus Enchanted Quiver. He's solo.
Yeah, he's just gonna solo kill Kasane down there. He just walks down bot, takes down the Lycan. Lycan doesn't have BKB. He finished off this assault cuirass.
Middle tower is
And now they're going to shove out this bottom lane. They're taking a tier 1 mid at the same time.
Radiant's middle
9k lead now for ex-HR after losing a lane of barracks. Is this the story of TSM's draft? They were so all in with the push strat. Have they hit the wall?
Pretty much, it definitely feels like it. Kunkka as a hero doesn't really scale as much, especially if you go for like right-click oriented build. This hero really does struggle just putting those right clicks in. You get stomped, you get doom, you get lifted, cold snap, post BKB. So you see him trying to get in, deal the damage, but it never happens. I'm a big fan of refresher Ags type of a build on Kunkka. Like Heaven's Halberd really depends. Like there's multiple items that you can go for. Don't think Silver Edge works here. There's also like nothing really to break in the game, but it was mostly used. I think Shadowblade is fine if you want to play this like assassin type of a game where you're playing the side lanes, using X mark the spot to either get a kill or force their cores to use a BKB. Kiyotaka, he's searching again.
He is. And it's going to get even scarier for TSM when he gets the Scythe of Vice, as he's already shown he can solo kill pretty much anyone in a matter of seconds. And they see that Kunkka mid, stealing the X-Mark, tornadoing him so he can't X-Mark back, and Brawl has the BKB, and in comes Ramses. The damage, a couple of hits, and the Doom onto Brawl. Dead with no buyback. Tomato, he's really trying to get out of there. Requiem's up, fears out the Doom. Miero low HP, but no finishing blow yet. Cookie forward, Tomato has the BKB. Standing there and killing off Solo. Buyback is out,
double
Tomato
crit
with a massive hit. Crits down the Rubik. Antares cannot return to the fight, but in the meantime, Ramses, the big bad, he's there hunting in your backlines, taking out both of your supports, and no buybacks for TSM means that HR can go deeper, looking for a bit more. Nullifier and a crippling fear, straight onto Kasane, and the Lycan disappears. Tomato does kill off Kiyotaka though, but the rest of HR are there, straight on the SF. He's got big damage, and Miero's gonna feel it. Oh, he's burst out, and Tomato, no, he can't
He's
stand
fighting.
his ground and fight. He's trying to left steal up.
Miss,
He's
miss.
there standing. He's got the kill. Tomato.
He's gonna get him as well.
Oh my god. Oh, he's done it. Oh, this Shadow Fiend on like 100 HP.
Oh my god, Paladin Sword, extra armor from tier 4 towers, mask, and the butterfly misses. Like, he hits level 25, Shadow Rays applies attack damage as well. He just stood. How much damage did he deal?
Lots.
It says 6,000 damage,
More.
but I think it's way, way more. Like, this fight, he immediately killed off 2 supports, double crits, having that fear mechanic from Aghanim Shard as well. Whew. Pretty wild. And now they're back into the game. This is full Satanic now on him. Can't upgrade another item. He has, what is he bringing? It's just going to be TP for now. I thought he might have another item coming with the courier. Roshan respawning in 15.
Ooh. Oh, that's going to be a massive sigh of relief from TSM. The fact that Tomato gets away with that. I can't go straight for a high ground push again. But yeah, you're right. Roshan in 3 seconds will be scouted out by TSM. And there's the big man in the pit. Sunstrike perfectly timed again by Kiyotaka. We'll know what's up. As TSM just try and take out the remaining high ground vision. Observer wars that HR have left out on the map. With 10 seconds left on the Night Stalker's respawn, this Roshan dies far too quickly.
They
So
give
another
Axe to
Aegis.
Kunkka. They were thinking maybe Tomato wants to pick it up, have that Requiem with the reduced cooldown, and also a bit of a healing, but I feel it's much better on Kunkka. So now,
There's just so much
Torrent
chaos.
Storm. TSM means Torrent Storm. I don't know what M means.
Madness.
Madness.
Torrent Storm
There we
madness.
go. Here we go. That's why I have you, Gary.
I know words. It really is a lot of chaos just out on the floor, especially now BKBs are down to 6 seconds on pretty much everyone, right? Like, Doom, I guess, bought his much later, so his is still 8. Night Stalker and Invoker both down to 6 now. And Tier 2 still standing bottom lane. And that was an objective TSM thought about taking a good 10 minutes or so ago. Now looking at it again. High ground ward place that they can play under. And Kasane can get to work. Does have a shard, so the wolves are coming out into these lanes to help keep the push going.
Pretty wild game. I mean, the graph looks nice where Hellraisers take over. They just lost like 15, 20,000 net worth lead in a couple of minutes. You get that Aghanims from Roche, Tomato, completely popped off in the previous fight. Now holding the flicker, so has that extra movement speed because Power Treads is in the backpack, holding the Aegis, of course. Ramses, he's looking for an angle potentially. Get a good jump.
And what's he got lined up next? After this basher, he has a plate mail queued. Will he just be going Assault Cuirass, I guess?
Probably. It might be casual plate mail upgrade to Abyssal Blade, but definitely needs like some extra armor, because if he had an extra 10 armor, I think he lives there, they get a kill. Now changes things around, goes for that Abyssal that we mentioned. Still has Hand of Midas available, can always sell that.
Yeah.
But wants to have level 25. Dark Ascension cooldown, it's almost permanent then. BKB.
Yeah, both of them using it, and the hook shot there. Cookie and the Greaves, still with the right-click damage coming. Kiyotaka the miss. He survives thanks to the telekinesis, and now Kisses reigning over the top of TSM. They've doomed up the Kunga, dragged him back, and the Doom, trying to finish him off, will get the takedown on Bryle. And where's the rest of them? Where's Ramses? He's aiming for Ari. Did get the nullifier down on the Pugner. Tomato considering the Requiem. Good force staff away from that tornado. TSM, their shapeshift not lasting for too much longer. And that's what HR are trying to wait out.
Oh,
it's
Spell Prism's
nighttime
on the
now.
ground.
Ramses running from the SF's damage. Spell Prism just casually on the floor, yeah.
Ramses did not want to commit. He was thinking about it, but then again gets hit by Wolf. His Blink Dagger gets cancelled. But the last hit miss on Kiyotaka. I thought that they were going to smoke or something, but they didn't have any smokes available. Those right clicks from Shadow Fiend, you see two of them running. He could easily take down 2,000 HP from you. Now searching Kiyotaka. They even pop a dust. Don't catch him.
Yeah, they saw him go past that Ob-Sentry combo.
He might solo kill Ari now that he catches him.
Looks like it. Shivers Cold Snap with the Scythe of Ice. Looks easy, but Whitemon does have the hook shot to allow Tomato to come in with the raises. Tornado buys a bit of time and the Ghost Walk there, but they've got the dust. Just a little bit of control required, and the blink forward from Tomato gives
Not
the
even
damage
a 1,000
they needed.
crit. 999. Oh, it was a wild one. Kid's Blink Dagger, 1 second cooldown, and look what he's doing. Using Big Boy Philly while he's that on Invoker to have that extra bit of a presence. He's holding buyback, does have enough money for it. Might be forced to use it.
Axe, they're coming straight for your buildings. Tomato,
Maybe,
a couple of hits.
it's done. I mean, they're gonna glyph. If they find an opening, maybe with something Rubik's lift, but doesn't seem like he's gonna buy back for this set of barracks.
Just let it fall. Triple observer wards from Solo guarding the base. The Great Wall of Wards trying to give some kind of protection through vision for XHR. But Bryle is here with Invis, trying to catch someone out if they step a little too far forward. And now they swing down to that bottom lane. Tomato, Aegis expiring in 10 seconds time. Blinks forward, straight onto Solo. Nearly takes him down with a 1084. Big crit. And now the kiss is launched out as Ramses gets in on top of the SF. Aegis is about to go down.
And here it comes.
And they've got him, taking him out. Perfect timing from Hellraisers. Ramses, he's hungry. Wants Whitemon. He hook shots into the ancient camp, but I don't know if he can slip away from this while they're moving on to Ari. The Pugnus left isolated there, and HR finding kill after kill. Whitemon straggling, dragging his feet, gets the cogs down, but Ramses flies straight over the cliff tops. Gets another crippling fear, another nullifier, and takes down the third hero of the fight, defending their base, getting big pickoffs, and they're out on the map again.
Trickster's Cloak just dropped. They did not pick it up. That's a big tier 4 neutral item. And yeah, picking out the Dark Ascension cooldown. They timed it perfectly. I don't know what's happening. This is like third or fourth time that I see a Reddit post about them timing the Aegis nicely in the Dream League Season 19. This might be another one. And Kiyotaka again.
Yeah, just going straight into the enemy base, looking for solo kills. Kasane, oh, he survives this one. Torrent Storm doesn't hit Kiyotaka. Invoker's out of there. Does he have a Sunstrike up his sleeve? Anything like that? Kasane's trying to dodge it, but it's not coming.
They still defend the base. Kiyotaka with the buyback. Level 23 on Invoker. Night Stalker hits that level 25 as we talked about it. Doom hits level 20 a bit under level. Does have Refresher plus a Shard. So this Shard will provide them with extra duration stun, extra damage as well. And then he was also thinking about getting the Axe eventually. But 2 Dooms will do the trick. 1 on SF, 1 on Kunkka, and you win a fight. If there's so much net worth on one hero, you can take it out immediately with the Doom. Penta-Edge Sword being held by Nightstalker, plus Abyssal Blade.
Boy.
If they drop Alacrity on top of him, he's gonna instantly delete these heroes.
Yeah, what Pugner? What is he? 1600 HP. Does have 18 armor when he's standing next to the Lycan with Vlad's and Assault Cuirass, but it's nothing at this point of the game. Fiend with 33,000 net worth, 6 slotted now, and still get the Ag's Blessing. But he's got this Arcane Blink on Tomato, and we've seen how impactful the big Requiems can be when they're immediately cast.
He does not have buyback. He's very far away from it. They're searching.
Flying out.
Double Doom available in 30, but they have one.
Ramses. Glimmer Cape sub. They're getting rid of the vision. Trying to create a safe place to fight in, but Antares is there with the telekinesis, and HR strikes swiftly into the hearts of TSM. Time to back up, and I don't know if you can even hold your Ancients. Just have to back to your base when you're a hero down as TSM. You can't leave anybody out on the map. Ramses will be there.
It's difficult. They need to deal with 2 super creeps and also Lycan Wolves from Shard, so they are always going to push things out. Spell Prism. Let's see who decides to pick that one up. Doom is the one holding the Trickster's Cloak, so in the end they did find it because they lost it in the woods.
Yeah, it was down in that bottom jungle, just in the medium camp. 2 minutes for Roche. Shadow Fiend Illusion, and now the Wolves gonna try and scout out in the pit. It's been a mad game with some real wildness happening. HR being quite patient so far, not really smoking across the river, not really looking for big team fights, mainly just been Kiyotaka hunting. Ramses trying to battle outside his base. But maybe now they'll feel more confident to move out.
Bryle? Ooh, he needs to be careful, because last time he did this, his X-Mark got interrupted by Tornado, and then they killed him off with the X-Mark as well. Next Roshan, minute and 20 seconds. They're picking out the top lane. Antares with the jetpack, just fooling around. A bit low in mana, though. Sitting at 600, so if there's a big steal, might not have enough.
He's got Octarine Core, so he's casting too many spells far too quickly for his mana pool to keep up with it. HR still playing under their high ground vision here. And Solo has been slowly moving out of the base to get the wards down, and the jump straight onto Bryle. Doom and Kisses for the Kunkka. And yet again, TSM down a hero have nothing to do but run away. Hook shot, where are you going? Straight onto Ramses. I don't know if you can do that, Widemon. Now you're being turned on with the stolen X-Mark and the Nullifier. Ramses doesn't want to get caught up in a fight with Shadow Fiend standing up on that high ground. I'll take down the Clockwork and again force TSM to run, as Bryle did buy back for this fight. But 20 seconds for Roshan means there's a little bit more downtime here for both teams to consider their options.
Man, Ramses is so good at understanding how much damage he can take and using this Dark Ascension, running away, like forcing people to get their BKBs in the fight. And Bryle with the buyback. Like, Bryle, he can't get close. Like, he can't deal damage. This is the problem with this item build. So, I think he needs to play off Tidal Wave and Torrent Storm. Does have Nullifier as well available, which is going to stop these, like, Force Staff saves. They still have Cookie, which cannot be stopped. Rubik's Lift as well. So, there's, like, 2 tools. Oh, look at the bottom lane. 2 Wolves, 2 Catapults. Someone needs to address this.
I sure do. Ramses doesn't really want to show. And it's been a spooky time for him, and yeah, you're right, he's been good at adapting to the situations very quickly. Takes 1 hit from the Shadow Fiend, that's like 20% of his HP, and kind of skirts around the edges of the fight. As Roshan offers himself up to TSM. In comes Miero, though. Straight up Doom on the SF. Sunstrike in. Roshan nearly dead. They need a Aegis real bad. Who's going to take it? Down he goes, and Tomato grabs it. Now they turn onto Miero. A couple of swipes will bring the Doom down, and he has no buyback. Ramses is in, though, looking for Ari. Cookie forward. Solo protects. The Night Stalker now on a side device, catching the Clockwork. Broil in a little bit of danger.
Three
Just
meteors.
backing up for now. The Meteors crashing onto the Clockwork. Kill him off with Solo's little shredder. Oh, Tomato blinks onto the Illusion Rune. Does grab it up. Hurricane Pike and still holding Aegis. Don't forget that second life for the SF. Both teams a little worried about getting bogged down in a drawn-out fight. HR in particular with their base under attack. I've got to fall back.
And Doom getting the buyback. He said he doesn't have it, but got that extra assist gold. He's the one holding the Philosopher's Stone now, just to have that extra value from it. But they picked up everything. So Shadow Fiend with the Aghanims upgrade, Refresher, and also holding the Aegis for 4 minutes. Tomato kind of slowed down. Like, he still deals a ton of damage, but kind of struggles locking them down. If there's no X mark to spot, if there's no Clockwork, they can't really control them. They can get in and out of the fights.
Yeah, feels like they need a scythe of their own. Kunkka's trying to buy one.
Yeah, definitely an item that Kunkka should have bought, I would even say.
Next, the one that Kiyotaka bought, what, 15 minutes ago, whatever it was, has proven absolutely vital here for HR's chances in fights. And they're still able to play under this vision. Double wards in this top jungle. Spotting out Ari and Bryle. And buyback status-wise, Kunkka doesn't have it for 5 minutes. If they can take him down, good chances for HR to win the fight.
Ramses picked up Moonshard. Wants to have even more night vision. So he can see, like, he can be the one initiating, going for the right targets. With that level 25 talent, he doesn't care too much about using Dark Ascension. Double damage spawned.
Oh, Tomato gets the bottle from Bryle. The smoke pops, the hook shot misses. Nullifier in, the Requiem blocked out by the Doom's BKB. Scary times. Both teams on a knife's edge here. Everything hanging in the balance in game one. 50 minutes in. Dead even. And it's about this jump. Miero's in, but he's immediately obliterated. Tomato with a DD rune crushes through the Doom. No buyback on Miero. And now the chase. Who can they find as additional targets? It's Ari jumping onto Solo. Blinking forward. The Ogre Seal Totem flops him to high ground now. But TSM are still on the rampage looking for this bottom lane of barracks. Ari signaling. They've got to move in for these buildings.
Meteor. They need to save him. Kunkka down to half HP. Does have cheese available. Might be forced to X mark TP back out. Let's see, Bryle. He's really toying with them. Pops the cheese.
Yeah. Eats the cheese. Tries the force staff, but Solo caught up in the X-Torrent. And now Tomato's on the barracks. Well, down in the bottom lane, Ramses gets hook-shotted, trapped in the cogs. Doesn't have Dark Ascension for 2 more seconds. A Torrent Storm trying to zone them away, but Tomato getting clipped by a stun there, and in comes the Doom. Double stun with the Infernal Blade on the wall stomp. Tomato half health, but he's got the turnaround potential. Sunstrike won't land as Ramses backstabs, kills off Whitemon. Oh, the big hits out of Tomato, looking for the Night Stalker, but he's over the treetops, trying to skirt away from danger. The life drain stopped by the Abyssal Blade. Stuns the Pugner in the end. Meanwhile, Kiyotaka fighting into Kasani's Lycan. The Wolf didn't stand a chance there, and now Tomato caught out. Invoker comes in, helped out by Miero. Yes, he's got Aegis, but I don't know what he can do when he's 1v5. HR have cleared through every member of TSM.
Ramses, he's still alive. He's ready to jump in. Oh, it's daytime.
1v5.
Nullify.
Tomato
And we'll
chain stunned. Team wipe for HR.
That was so clean. I mean, they used 2 buybacks previously, so the fight was kind of 5 versus 5. The bottom set of barracks, they didn't address it immediately, so some damage has been done to range barracks, and now they can go in, try to force some buybacks. There are no buybacks from Clockwork, no buybacks from Pugna, nor Kunkka, so it will be 2 versus 5. Kunkka respawns in 60 seconds. Ramses, finally, he bought that shard to have a bit of extra sustain. That was clutch. That Abyssal Blade on Pugna. He was also trying to use Abyssal on Shadow Fiend. They lost the vision of him. Now into AC. We'll need to get rid of this gem. Needs another slot.
Very quickly killing off these buildings, though. If they just go for tier 4s, they're going to force a Shadow Fiend buyback. We'll see what the option is here from HR. Looks like for now, just going for the barracks and trying the solo kill onto the Lycan. He came out of the fountain and he's dead. Will be able to return to the battlefield. But 2 lanes down, and yeah, look at Ramses go straight for the tier 4s. Glyph available again, delaying things out. Buybacks start to come in from TSM. Kunkka alive in 5 seconds now. But Shadow Fiend's still out for 15. HR retreating after killing a tier 4. Didn't finish off the full lane bottom. Forge Spirits, they'll get the job done while they have to come back and defend their base.
These Roshans, it feels like they don't even matter. If they manage to get 1 kill, you just die afterwards. And now, let's see if there are any big items. 5,000 golden invoker. Ramses, also, he gave up on the gem. Thinking about getting Satanic next. Does have it, and I believe he will have buyback available as well.
Yeah,
he does.
Invoker, Night Stalker, Rubik, 3 dire heroes with buyback. Everybody else is on cooldown. I mean, Kunkka's going to have his in 30 seconds, and he has the money for it. Shadow Fiend is 300 gold away, so TSM trying to farm up these buybacks as quickly as they can possibly do it.
You can feel that TSM is afraid. They're waiting potentially for the next Roche. Maybe they want to get the mega creeps, but at this point, I don't know if it really matters that much. The tier 4s are really low. We're 5 minutes away from tier 5 items as well. Ramses, he's fully jacked. 6 slotted, has Moon Shard that he can still eat eventually, but for now, keeping it as a vision tool.
And 20 seconds until nighttime. Who wouldn't be afraid of this Ramses Night Stalker? Solo grabbing himself an Aeon Disc now as well. A bit more protection.
Same goes for Doom. Miero picked up 1. Does have refreshers, so technically he has 2 of them. Not the ideal situation where you just like pop refresher, your Aeon Disc gets procced immediately, but it's mostly about the double Doom, double BKB. And getting closer to that level 25. Extra damage from Infernal. Motto. And the rest of the team are smoked. Let's see.
Yeah, they've got this high ground ward, and they are spotting Solo wandering all alone, but they also see in the mid lane Miero nullified, but the hookshot and tidal wave both miss. So he's out of there, and now HR in. Kiyotaka with a Scythe of Ice finds the kill on Ari. Tornadoes up the Kunkka, kisses landing, Whitemon's gone, and TSM, they're just having to run. Tomato needs to bail on this. They've doomed up Broil. BKB ends, so Miero and Ramses, they're going to shred through him very quickly.
He's going to doom him as
demolished, well. And now Shadow Fiend scythed up the Sunstrike. The damage comes, the control was there, and HR have done it. Buybacks will be forced from TSM because that bottom lane approaching the base is causing problems for them again.
They just can't deal the damage. Every single time they get the first jump. Doom, there's no counter to it. There is not a single Lotus Orb on them, not a single Lincoln Sphere. So he gets in, and whoever he decides to doom will get doomed.
A long spawn on Roshan, though. 3 minutes. We might see the game end before we get another Rosh, honestly. The way this is heading. And the lack of buybacks on so many heroes. Ramses yet again lurking. Both him and Kiyotaka have done a spectacular job this game, hunting straggling heroes, individual targets wherever they show. That's why right now Kasane and Tomato, they are in the fountain with Ari.
They're going to go for Megas. It seems like there's still tier 1, tier 2 tower. And look at the range on Rubik. Octarine core. Plus level 25 Talon has that telekinesis cooldown. Puts it down to 7.5 seconds. Woo!
I can't even see the range on Tidal Wave. It's more than a screen's width. Tidal Wave range is ridiculous. Look at it.
Zoom out. Here we go.
Yeah, you can't zoom out far enough.
He picks up the
Half
Hex.
the map.
Doesn't have buyback.
Yeah.
We'll have it at 400 gold. So double Hex. Also Hex on 15-second cooldown with the Octarine core. Casual
Sights
Hex.
up Tomato.
It's not that big. He tried to pull him out, but gotta get closer. It's smaller than you think it is. And now they're holding the high ground. Observer ward. Actually, 2 observer wards in the enemy triangle. Solo for now, keeping himself inside the Roche pit.
Yeah,
so
3 observer wards.
Like, yeah, he's scouting things out in the Roche pit with the rockets.
And another smoke from HR. Scan from Dire, trying to see if anyone's coming up into the Ancients area to maybe deward, reclaim territory. But TSM in their base, waiting for HR to come to them. The top lane does have a little Wolfie in it, so that's pushing out. HR might have to send someone up there just to keep all three waves approaching the Radiant base. That's going to be Kiyotaka's job, it looks like. 30 seconds now for Roche. And we've spent a lot of time just guarding territory on the map. Given time for Roche to respawn.
Minute and a half from tier 5 items. Let's see if Hellraisers maybe want to choke them out to get this 5th Roche, I believe. Kind of stopped counting, but I believe it is 5th.
Oh, we've had plenty. Yeah, tier 5 items. The fact that HR are controlling the Ancients, huge for them as well. If we get to that point, start looking for the Ex Machina, all the good stuff in that final slot. Kiyotaka returns. Again, scouted by the rocket flare.
Kiyotaka using Sunstrike near the tier 3 tower, or when he did it bottom where tier 3 tower was, trying to get a pick off, get some vision, then he jumps in with the full combo. Let's see how they approach this one. Antares, he's the one smoked with the ninja gear. Gets a lift, does not want Clockwork to steal it, even X marked the spot. They're protecting it nicely.
And no angle of approach there. Antares even jumping aggressively towards the clock again. Another X mark. Whitemon spending glimmers and 4 staffs just to try and keep himself alive.
Here
and there's HR with Aegis, with Cheese, and they're ready to fight.
AoE Doom available.
Ready.
Needs to eat it. Has Crimson, has Cheese. Never mind, he gave it to Invoker in the end.
Okay.
So Invoker has Refresher Shard, has Refresher Orb in the backpack, Spell Prism as well. This is going to be some nasty combo. I would have maybe preferred if this was AoE Doom, but then having like double Cataclysm. In terms of set, how many spells they have to set things up for Cataclysm, it's not that great. And here comes tier 5 items. Book of the Dead for Snapfire. So you can expect them to kind of rat it out a little bit with Invoker, his Forge Spirits. Let's see if they can find anything else.
Well, now an Arcane Rune for Kiyotaka as well.
Just give him everything.
So much CDR, it's ridiculous.
12-second cooldown
Tornado
on Hex. Braille,
alone.
he needs to be careful. Hex, Braille, he's looking.
Oh,
Where's the rest
Brawl
of the team?
starts. Hookshot misses. They do get the tidal wave. Nullifier on Kiyotaka. He's going to pop his BKB and stand there. Still has Scythe of Ice and the Overwhelming Blink. And it looks like HR is going to run straight back in towards TSM. TSM are the ones that started this fight, but HR are going to be the ones that finish it. Kasane dead with no buyback. Kiss is forcing the rest of TSM back into the fountain.
It looked good, but there was no Shadow Fiend. Like, they needed Shadow Fiend to deal the damage. This Hex play from Braille was okay. It's just the rest of the team was not ready to back him up. And now they're going to be playing against Mega Creeps. Antares with another X mark, but the other X breaks it.
And now the meatballs. Kiyotaka with his BKB just throwing everything into that Radiant Fountain. They hookshot him. They get the telekinesis save out, though. Antares dragging Kiyotaka out of that dangerous position. And TSM, they've spent the shapeshift. They've spent BKBs. They're going to smoke, and one last hurrah for TSM. Try and defend your throne. Guard the Ancient for as long as you possibly can.
I'm looking at the neutral items. TSM doesn't have a single tier 5 neutral item at the moment. Hellraisers, they found 2. Book of the Dead on Snapfire, and also Rubik holding the Book of the Shadows.
Yeah, learned fellows.
Yeah, it seems like Hellraisers kind of robbed the library with all the books that they got. Is there another book? I mean, they can buy book. Get that Tome of Knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, there's an angry orangutan out there somewhere wondering where all these books have gone.
Mirror Shield.
Solo.
Ooh, that's a great one. But you want to have Ex Machina. I don't think there's going to be a game, even Searstone. They're now going to keep the Spell Prism, but yeah, you're playing against Mega Creeps, playing against Book of the Dead, Invoker. I don't know how you get out of the base.
What Rubik's cast range now? Oh, wait. He had Searstone for a second there. It looks like he's handed it over to somebody else. I was wondering what the range on Scythe of Ice would be with that Searstone Rubik. Arcane Supremacy. Ramses pops The Dark Ascension and Miero straight onto Kasane with the Doom, the double stuns. They're going to pick him off, and Lycan's gone. Diving Fountain with even Meatballs dropped. It's raining them right now. Hellfire landing into the TSM base from the Kisses solo as well. Torrent Storm causing a little bit of chaos. And the Wraith Pact being dealt with as a hook shot from Whitemon clips onto Ramses, but he's saved again by the Cookie.
Another Doom.
Propelled away. Another Doom. Another catch. A Sunstrike comes as Timado stands his ground, but your throne is dead. And ex-HR take game 1.
Wow, what a performance, especially from Kiyotaka and Ramses. Like, they carried the game so hard. Just